Good morning, it's Catherine Best Gordon coming to you from Solly Breath Wellness Center. And here is where I teach my classes. Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock, Thursday mornings at 8 o'clock, and then a chair class on Thursdays at 5:30. So the title of this video is How to Get Strong and Leaner. On top of that, we want to stay safe, obviously, we want to avoid injury, and we also want to enjoy what we're doing. I was listening to Alain de Botton's, one of his philosophy YouTube videos I was watching, and he talked about how motivation is really enjoyment, that he was talking in terms of work, how to motivate people at work, and one of the best ways to do that is to help them to enjoy their work. And I believe it's the same with our training. We want to enjoy it. One of the things that makes me enjoy training is getting results, actually getting stronger, getting leaner, and increasing my ability to do the activities of daily life. What is astonishing to me is that I started lifting consistently back in 2008. I've been lifting for 10 years now, and I became a trainer in 2011. 2012, I started training and teaching people. And astonishingly enough, again, I'll say, is that I'm using the same movements that I used back when I started. The deadlift, the overhead press, the push-up or the chest press. These are the basic foundational movements that we use in order to get strong continue across the board. I was just training my husband yesterday, and we were using the same movements that I'm going to show you today. And these are the same ones that I use with my absolute beginners, no matter what age they are. And also we're using these movements in the chair class for people who are dealing with issues concerning strength and balance. So it all works, and I want to share these movements with you today. And I also want to share the technique that I'm using. This was studied by the American Council on Exercise. They called it high intensity resistance exercise. And yes, I can understand why they call it that. They're doing 10 different lifts, and they're done in about 20 minutes. I would rather call it, highest weight and best form is what we're after. And it's low rep. What we're doing is you're going to do 8 reps to warm up and then 5 reps with a heavier weight in order to increase your ability. Of course, here in the studio, we don't have access to, I don't have the squat rack here or my bars here. I don't have access to weights that are as heavy, but that doesn't mean I can't teach the technique. And what I want to encourage people to do is that if you can come to class and you are a beginner and you do want to learn to lift, come and learn the technique. If you're more advanced, come and I can check your form, because excellent form makes all the difference in the world for getting good progress and also creating the shape that we want. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to demonstrate the warm-up that we do right here in the studio with one of these simple bars. So this is a weight bar. I got this some years ago on Amazon. I'm going to come closer as I describe it. One of the great things about this is that it's not as long, and so we can use it in a classroom setting without running into each other. And it's flat on the bottom so that we can place it on the floor, and it's got a hook so you can hang it. All right, but the point is that this is a light weight, and this is for the warm-up. So I'm going to step back, and I'm going to show variations. Front squat, if your shoulders are tight and you can't get them on your shoulders, right? Can't get the bar on your shoulders to do this squat, I want you to do the front squat instead. You don't want this bar on your neck. So I'll demonstrate front squat for 8. And it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now I'm going to demonstrate the heavier set. The weights I have available here in the studio are not as heavy as I would go. If I was training myself, I would go with heavier weights, but certainly lots of you are going to want to start with a pair of 10-pound dumbbells. And so now here's the squat with the heavier weights. Getting down as low as I can with a neutral spine. Just 5 reps and we're done. And we're moving on to the next exercise. And that is going to be, I'm going to do a diagonal press in order to get at my chest. And so diagonal press. So now, I'm going to go right into a push-up, and I am going to demonstrate the box push-up and the kneeling push-up today. So the box, you're in tabletop position and lowering the chest down and pushing back up for 5. Loading the triceps, loading the chest, and 5. And of course, more challenging would be to come into the kneeling plank push-up, lower down and press up, and 2, it's 3, and 4, and 5. Now, just so you know, typically in this class, we don't always go to the floor, so don't worry if you're not prepared to go down to the floor. In the chair class, of course, we don't go to the floor. You could do these simply on the wall. The next exercise is going to be a bent over row. Working our way down the body. And so I want the bar right here at the belly button. I'm gonna lean forward and row it back. 2, I'm gonna stand sideways so you can really see this. Work that back. 3, work the shoulders. 4, it's 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now this bar only weighs about 6 pounds, so now we're gonna go to a pair of 5-pound dumbbells, so now I'm lifting 10 pounds. And row it back. 1 and 2, same movement. 3, more weight. 4 and 5. And of course, you could go heavier, you could go lighter. The next exercise is going to be the Romanian deadlift. And again, I'm going to warm up with the bar. Now, depending on your hamstring flexibility, your range of motion, you might only go to just above the knees. How do you know how far to go? How far can you go while maintaining a neutral spine? So as you see, my spine is neutral, coming down, neutral spine, and coming up, no rounding, correct? Now, I have more flexibility than that. I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go to the center of my shins. As you can see, my spine is still neutral, and I'm in the middle of my shins. Press back up. That's a Romanian deadlift. Let's do 8. The middle of the shins. 4, and now I'll demonstrate with a smaller range of motion. 5, and 6, neutral spine. And 7, squeeze those glutes. And 8. The Romanian deadlift. It is a glute ham exercise. So squeeze the hamstrings, activate and squeeze the glutes. And now to the heavier weights. And I will demonstrate to the center of the shins. 1, 2, pulling in the abs, squeezing those glutes and hamstrings. 3, come on, pull in and squeeze. 4, and now I'll demonstrate one just to the tops of the knees. And 5. There it is. All right, so let us move on to a curl. So here it is. And here's our lovely traditional curl. I can really move along now. 5, abs tight, glutes tight. 6, feels so good. 7 and 8, lots of fun. And in order to challenge myself, I'll go with the 10s. You could go lighter or heavier, abs tight. And there it is. It isn't so much about how much weight you use. The question is the weight challenging for you? That's what matters. Now, here's a fun one. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put the bar behind my back and use good form. As you can see, my arms are completely extended. I'm gonna come forward and lift. 2 and 3, good for flexibility. 4, I love this exercise. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Now notice when I switch to the dumbbells, the exercise is a little bit different. Because they are dumbbells, I can do more range of motion. And 1, tricep extension. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there you have it. Simply adore that exercise because you're creating. So many of the people that I work with they don't have a great deal of range of motion in the shoulders. So our goal is to safely, one step at a time, increase that range of motion. And that exercise with the bar, or you could do it with no weight at all, you simply have your hands behind your back, you come into that neutral spine forward position and lift. 2, 3, work those shoulders. 4, oh, it feels so good. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. It is simply wonderful no matter what you do in your life, whether you practice yoga or whether you like to, like me, run agility with your dogs, or whether you like to garden. The ability to get that range of motion, really able to reach up, feels fantastic. And I'm gonna leave you with a bonus exercise today, and that is the butterfly raise. So I'm gonna warm up, so you'll see, you have to use the dumbbells to do the butterfly raise, but I can use the bar to warm up. So I'm gonna warm up with an overhead press for 8. Warming up the shoulders, the upper back, the lats. All right, so that's for getting warm, and now we're going to go to the butterfly raise. This is challenging. Even if you're really strong, this is a challenging exercise. I have to go way back so you can see. And big range of motion. I love this exercise. And there you have it. So I hope that you will join me if you can at Solly Breath, 14709 Mono Way in Sonora, in the Sears Center, 8 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. And then on Thursday afternoon at 5:30, a seated class. Believe me, even I have some advanced people in my seated class. We still get great training. And then of course we do a chair yoga series in that, and then good relaxation, because we do want to learn how to relax, because that lowers stress, lowering cortisol, which allows us to release fat. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, subscribe. It is Tuesday. I generally do these live videos, my training videos. I do them every Monday, but it was a holiday, so I did take the day off. So thanks for coming back on Tuesday to watch, like, and share. I'm Catherine Gordon for sugarfreedom.com, cardiofreedom.com, and I'll see you soon. Catherine out.